one of the most popular digital assets and powers the Ethereum blockchain. Back in 2018, then SEC Corporation Finance Director Bill Hinman stated that he believed Ether was not a security. Last month, CFTC Chair Benham expressed his view that Ether is a commodity. The State Attorney General of New York asserted in a court filing last month that Ether is a security. Clearly, an asset cannot be both a commodity and a security. Do you agree?
Actually, all securities are commodity under the Commodity and Exchange Act. It's that we are excluded commodities. But I would agree that a security cannot be also an excluded commodity and an included commodity. I'm sorry, Chair, just to talk about the Commodity Exchange Act more precisely.
Okay, so do you recognize, how would you categorize Ether then?
I think that the general sweep of what Congress did, not just in the 30s, but as amended.
I'm asking you,
years,
sitting in your chair now, to make an assessment under the laws as exist. Is Ether a commodity or a security?
Without speaking to any one.
I know you've repeatedly said you're not going to speak to one, except you've spoken to one, Bitcoin. So I'm asking you to speak to a second one, the second largest market cap here.
And speaking to the tokens, there's 10 to 12,000. If there's a group of entrepreneurs in
I'm
the
asking
middle
about
that
one.
The public is anticipating a profit based on the.
I'm asking a specific question, Chair Gensler. I said this in private. This should be no shock to you. I'm asking this question. Is Ether a commodity or a security?
And again, it depends on the facts and the law, and if there's a group of
I'm
individuals.
asking about the facts and the law sitting in your seat and the judgment you are making.
And so, Mr. Chair, I think you would not want me to prejudge because I'm also.
But you have prejudged on this. You've taken 50 enforcement actions. We're finding out as we go, as you file suit, as people get Wells notices on what is a security in your view, in your agency's view. I'm asking you a very simple question about the second largest digital asset. What is your view?
And my view is if there's a group of individuals in the middle that the public is
All
anticipating.
right, so let me just ask a second question then. Do you think it serves the market for an object to be viewed by the commodities regulator as a commodity and the securities regulator to be viewed as a security? Do you think that provides safety and soundness for the product? Do you think it provides consumer protection? Do you think it serves the value of innovation? I think no should be a very simple answer for you here.
I think
that uncertainty is bad, is it not?
And I think that Congress has said that there's one agency, the Securities and Exchange Commission, under this committee.
And you won't answer my question, and you're the head of that agency. So give me a break. Come on.
I'm answering it in the generic because you would not want me to speak about any one set of facts and circumstance.
Okay, so, but you've already spoken. Have you said anything about Bitcoin?
My predecessors and the agency itself has spoken to them.
Okay, but you're not willing to do the same about Ether. Okay, so let me just step back. There's a lack of clarity here in the marketplace. Can you at least agree to that?
I think that the clarity is there. The law is clear.
All right.
There's a group
so
of individuals
let me be explicit about this. The market doesn't see it. Your regulatory actions and the CFTC's regulatory actions say that there's a great deal of uncertainty here. It is the intention of this committee to fix that uncertainty and actually provide a sound legal basis for this. So let me get into your rulemaking process. So
Do you still think XRP is going to lose this case? Well, you are definitely in for a rude shock. So far, if you've been following the court proceedings, Ripple has a strong stand. And the only reason they haven't settled is because this company is fighting a war for the entire crypto space. If Ripple chose to settle, I do believe this case could have already been over by now. But the only problem would be that the entire crypto space would still suffer the same uncertainty it did before when it comes to regulation. So, should Ripple choose to settle and abandon their entire crypto space, or do you think this company is fighting the good fight? As always, welcome to Money Side, your favorite crypto channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way you get updates when we drop new videos. Don't forget to smash that like button, and you can always leave a comment or a question in the section below. Ripple's official Twitter handle shared a recent tweet saying crypto adoption is accelerating, but lack of regulatory clarity is still creating headwinds in the US for crypto-enabled payment solutions. And that's a fact. The uncertainty in the US makes it difficult for crypto to flourish in such environments. That's not even the half of it. Brad Sherman also thinks that people are using crypto to cheat on taxes. And in his statements, sorry to say, he sounds like an absolute moron. Listen to this.
Our payment system, you got Apple Pay, comes right out of your checking account. It's not as good as what the crypto world promises they'll deliver in some future decade, but it's way better than what the crypto world delivers now. And I am sure that payment systems using the dollar will get better. So what is the problem?
In the current environment, we are failing at making this happen as a country. Our regulation is currently chaos for stablecoins. is if I am an issuer and I want to create a stable coin, I technically don't know if I'm going to be answering to a state regulator, a federal banking regulator, the SEC, the CFTC, and it puts you in the same position as if you were out with friends and you were going to play, some sports game, and somebody tells you, well, we may enforce the rules of baseball or football or basketball, and we're not going to tell you which in advance, and maybe some of them will all apply at the same time. It's unworkable.
The problem is it's damn hard to cheat on your taxes, and it's damn hard to run a drug sales operation with the US dollar.
As blockchains have a significant degree of transparency that's not present in markets like actual cash markets, right? When somebody transacts on a blockchain, it's public. We may not always know right now who transacted, but you know the amount, the time, the wallets they traded with, what they sent back and forth. And with the richness of data, it's just a matter of time until you can identify the wallets. This is a huge data analysis tool to enforce our rules on the financial system that we are potentially giving away.
We have a very good payment system. We have an excellent currency. The entire world tends to like the dollar. It's a good store of value, a good measure of value.
Right now, over the past year, the biggest winner has been Tether. They are offshore. They don't work well with us. They facilitate some activity they probably shouldn't. But the chaos is leading that stablecoin to grow while others shrink.
My God, other countries are moving forward with this, and we got to catch up with them.
And what this means, and it pains me to say this as an American, is that things are moving offshore. I can say this with certainty because I advise my clients right now to do exactly that. There are other regimes with significantly more regulatory clarity than what we have provided here. The other thing that's happening is other countries are moving into this space. Just this morning before the hearing, I saw news that Russia is exploring legislation to formalize their ability to transact in crypto. If we don't take the field, others will do so before us, and they may not be doing it in ways that we like.
Because we've got Know Your Customer, and we've got anti-money laundering, and we need a payment system that meets the needs of the millions of Americans, or at least the hundreds of thousands of Americans who want to engage in major illegal activity.
Where if you are a good actor who wants to comply with the law, who wants to do the right thing, you want to go there because you know you can do it with certainty. And this, it's bad for jobs. It's bad for the strength of the dollar. It's bad for our status as a reserve currency. It's particularly bad for national security.
Kudos to Campbell for keeping a clear head during this entire event. If you listen to what Campbell is saying, you will understand how the U.S. is stifling innovation by not giving this industry clarity. But unfortunately, he is met with sarcasm and mockery from Brad. Here's a statement from John Deaton. We all know Gary Gensler will never answer this common sense question, as he will say it would be inappropriate for me to discuss a specific company or case. The truth is, he has no response, except that his goal is to crush crypto, to protect our $100 trillion incumbent system, which was a response to a tweet by Jeebus that stated, how is it even legal for the government to approve Coinbase to go public, then come back years later and say they're operating illegally? Why was I allowed to buy the stock then? It's not like they changed how they operated since they were approved. The government, it seems, always has double standards. How can they authorize Coinbase to go public, then later come to say their operation is illegal? That's totally absurd. If you listened to the video, you'll understand that even the head of the SEC doesn't know how to separate between securities and non-securities in the crypto world. Why would we let someone who doesn't know how best to regulate the crypto world be the head of the SEC? All in all, Ripple is set to win, despite the mainstream media telling the public that the SEC is on the right side. And when Ripple wins, expect XRP to go straight to $500 and higher. As always, do your own research and always trade safely, guys. Please keep in mind, we're not a licensed financial advisor. All videos on this channel are intended for entertainment purposes only. Let us know what you think in the comment section below, and let's have a conversation. Thank you as always for watching. Don't forget to like this video. Please click on that subscribe button below and turn on notifications so you get informed when we drop new video. We'll look forward to seeing you on the next Money Side.